Hey guys, ready for a world tour? No, not through Europe or Maldives and all. Unit 4 only. Through Unit 4, International Trends and Compensation. I know it is not quite a vacation, but it might just change how you think about, say, salaries, bonuses, or even stock options. Welcome to the rapid roundup of Unit 4 International Trends. Now, compensation is not just about giving people money and hoping that they don't quit. Globally, compensation is evolving into a much more strategic as well as flexible affair. Companies are no longer sticking to a one size fits all salary package. Instead, they are experimenting with approaches like performance based pay, competency based rewards, and even flexible benefits. It is like make your own buffet kind of a thing instead of the same old office lunch dabba. Let us begin by understanding the emerging trends in compensation across the industries and countries. Organizations are nowadays moving towards what you can say a total rewards approach. This means that um, not it's not just salary anymore, but also perks like career growth, work life balance, and even mental health support app that your HR keeps emailing you about. Compensation is becoming personal, flexible, and aligned with individual preferences. Whether it is, say, custom benefits or wellness support or opportunities to learn, organizations want to keep employees not just working but also thriving. One of the hottest trends in performance based compensation is the so called pay for performance. Okay, pay for performance. Imagine this, you're getting a bonus for doing great work. It sounds good, right? Does it motivate you to work better? Yes, mostly yes. But this model has its own quirks. Like sometimes it can push employees to focus on short term wins rather than a long term growth. And if it is not designed carefully, it is going to become a competition where only the loudest ones get noticed. So organizations have to strike a balance. Performance based pay will work when there is clear, measurable goals like meeting sales targets or project deadlines. Then we have the competency based compensation model. Now, this one is really interesting. Instead of just paying people based on, say, their job title or years of experience, companies reward employees for the actual skills and knowledge that they bring to the table. It is like giving a chef a raise, not because he's been in the kitchen for 10 years, but because he has learned to cook 20 new cuisines and has also trained his team. Like that. This system promotes continuous learning and rewards employees who develop themselves over time. And when you mix this with 360-degree feedback, and 360-degree feedback is nothing but a feedback system where, say, your managers, your peers, and even your juniors give feedback about you. This becomes a well rounded way of evaluating performance. But let's not pretend competency based and performance based pay systems are perfect. Traditional job related compensation systems, the old school method of this is your salary because this is your position, is still very common. But the problem here is that they can be rigid, outdated, and not very motivating. If someone has been working hard and learning new skills, but still get the same pay as someone just coasting along, then you can guess how that ends, right? Lots of frustration, coffee complaints, and job applications on Naukri.com. Traditional systems often don't link performance with pay. They reward the position, not the person. So, the best performer and the average performer could end up earning the same. Not exactly the best way to keep your top talent from jumping ship. Plus, in a world where businesses are changing faster than IPL team captains, these systems don't adapt very well. So, what is the solution? Alternative compensation systems. Some organizations go for fast, what you can say, task based pay. This is where compensation is linked to specific tasks rather than the job titles. Others might try result based compensation. This is where you earn based on the outcomes that you deliver, like commission based models. And then there is also the gig economy model. Think of like say Swiggy or Uber. There you are paid for each task or each ride and you don't get a fixed salary. And in some progressive startups, you will even find flat pay structures where everyone earns equally regardless of the role. Though let's be honest, that works better in theory than in a corporate office with a dozen PowerPoint presentations flying around. Now, let us talk about something that really puzzles companies. That is the paradox of performance pay. The paradox of performance pay or performance related pay. On one hand, it seems logical to reward performance, right? I'm working, some employees doing very good performance, so they have to be rewarded, right? It is logical. But in reality, it can lead to strange outcomes. Like employees may focus only on things that are rewarded and ignore tasks that are essential but less measurable, like mentoring juniors or maintaining client relationships, right? Worse, it could create unhealthy competition and also reduce collaboration. It is like, earlier when I was in school, one day, for some reason, I had to take some leave for a couple of, I think, few days actually, 1 week or so. So when I came back to school, my teacher, she said, okay, you can take notes from the uh, some kid. So that kid was the topper of the class. So I asked her for her notes, and you know what she said? No, I'm not going to help you. What if you become first? Okay, so that actually what happened, it is that fear that if I help someone, that person is going to overtake me and they're going to get first rank and I'm going to be pushed behind. So what happened? So always in schools, from schools onwards, we've been rewarded for our performance, correct? But that has now, in this case, it has led to less collaboration. It reduced collaboration, right? It is like a group project where everyone wants credit, but nobody wants to do the boring work. Problem, right? So that is the paradox of performance related pay. That and why this has come up? Why such a problem has come up? Because of the poor implementation of pay. It is not a problem with performance based pay itself, but rather it is a problem of how it has been implemented. Okay. Now, let us come back to the competency based compensation again and take a little bit of a deeper look. This system has some solid features like it encourages continuous improvement, it aligns employees' efforts with the organizational goals, and even motivates people to upskill, right? But and also it promotes transparency because employees will know exactly what competencies they will need to develop and grow. But there is always a but, right? It is not always easy to implement. Even competency based pay is also not easy to implement because it requires very clear performance metrics. It needs regular evaluations and sometimes even a cultural shift within the organization. If the competencies are not, say, well defined, or if the evaluation is biased, it is going to demotivate your employees rather than inspiring them. So competency based not the right choice always. No, it works, though competency based compensation is very good. It only works best in dynamic environments where learning and development are crucial. So it could be great for roles that require, say, problem solving, innovation, or collaboration. But for a routine or a highly measurable job, like, say, an assembly line, it is not that good. Traditional or output based pay might still be more appropriate for such jobs. Similarly, total performance based on compensation, which combines both results as well as competencies, is now emerging as a more balanced approach these days. This combines both results and competencies. It is it rewards you both for what you deliver and how you deliver it. So it is like let me write it down. Where do I, yeah, I'll write it down here. Total compensation, total Performance based compensation. Total performance based compensation. Here, the focus is on what you do and how you do it or how you deliver it. Finally, let us, before winding up, let us look at some of the international trends in this area. Across countries, we are now seeing more use of technology and analytics in compensation design. And now AI has also entered the chat. Companies are tracking market trends, employee preferences, and performance data to build smarter, fairer reward systems. Global mobility is another trend when companies are offering attractive packages to employees who can relocate for international assignments. There is also a growing focus on transparency, ESG goals, as and also well-being. It is not just in terms of say a yoga day at work or anything like that, but on real support systems like flexible hours, mental health leave, and financial counseling. So in summary, we can say the world of compensation is changing faster than your phone's software updates. Traditional systems are giving way to more dynamic models that reward performance, recognize competencies, and value employee well being. As future HR professionals, your job will be to find the right balance of your organization, one that motivates employees, aligns with the business goals, and adapts to change. And who knows, someday you might be designing the compensation system that finally gives paid leaves for Netflix binge watching. Dream big, folks. You HR managers, you guys, you are whom I'm looking forward to for this. Wednesday released last Wednesday. I binge watched the whole 4 hour series, 4 episodes. I'm eagerly waiting for the next one this September. How many of you watched Wednesday? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, that is all for the rapid roundup of Unit 4. Next up, the rapid roundup of Unit 5. I will meet you there. And before we go, if there is any concept from Unit 4 that you need a detailed explanation on, you can comment below. Also, consider to like, share, subscribe, blah, blah, blah to Anna's Classroom. Happy learning.